Hey guys, I just recently come across a very interesting port of Mortal Kombat 1, and that is MK1 for the PC on MS-DOS, and this time with CD quality music basically, and arcade perfect sound effects as well. So I knew or heard about this version quite a lot earlier on, and I knew that it existed. However, it was pretty hard to crack down. Actually, I didn't manage to get an actual copy of it, just downloaded a cracked version from the internet. I only seen this once on eBay, and the funny thing is that this isn't a separate CD or separate version for Mortal Kombat 1, because as far as I know, and what I've seen on eBay, it was coupled with Mortal Kombat 2, so it was basically Mortal Kombat 2 on CD, and as a bonus feature it had Mortal Kombat 1 as well, but with this superb version that has now arcade perfect sounds and music. So as you can see, graphically it's pretty much the same as the arcade. I mean, even the very first DOS version of Mortal Kombat 1 had the same graphics, so that's basically unchanged, and I would call it arcade perfect, because I tried this on my main machine as well, and you know, if you hook this up to a CRT TV, the picture with this you get is exactly like the main one if it's run through the same monitor, so it's completely identical, and the same goes for MK2 as well for the PC version. However, the great thing about this one is that the original MS-DOS version for MK1 was the best home port of its time, I would say, and this one just blows it away completely, and delivers basically 100 or 95% arcade true port of the original. This time the music that in the original DOS version was, you know, MIDI tracks, which sounded fairly similar to the arcade one. However, due to MIDI they were in different or lesser quality, so it was a bit strange, and also some of the sound effects that could be heard throughout the game were sort of different. So with this version they basically brought over all of the original arcade sound effects, I would say, because I played this for quite a while now, and I haven't really noticed any difference in terms of sound effects. And as for the music, this is just, you know, plainly beautiful, and it's great to hear. With the DOS version, you know, the exact arcade music tracks that you would hear on the original machine in the arcade. So, and the other thing that's interesting, that the music tracks aren't, you know, CD tracks. They are embedded in several files. And what makes this interesting is that back in those days when this was released, I think this must have been around 1994, something like that. That there weren't any, you know, compressed high quality audio files like MP3 or not even WAV or WAV file at that time. So, but still they managed to pull it off quite good with only a couple of sound files, which I think is a neat feature for the time. What makes me think is that too bad that they didn't pull off the same with MK2. It would have been awesome having MK2 this way as well on the PC. Anyway, coming back to the this port, basically it's completely like the arcade version. Everything is the same as far as I noticed. That there was only one difference that I noticed in comparison to the arcade, and that was a bit annoying. Mainly that when you knock your opponent down the pit, it wouldn't be, you know, playing any screams or whatnot. You just would hear the punch effect, and then your opponent will hit the ground. So there is no screaming, which is sort of missing from the pit fatality. Apart from this, everything is there as far as I noticed. even when playing on the last endurance fight. Just before Goro, you can see the screen shaking and Goro roaring in the background as well, which reminds me of actually Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection on PS3 and Xbox 360. For me, it's quite shocking that those were supposed to be, you know, arcade perfect and polished versions of the original to be released on nowadays most popular consoles. However, I think for me, as an old-time Mortal Kombat fan, they just failed completely mainly due to the sound and music and how it's fucked up throughout the whole game, and how they didn't give a shit about it and didn't fix it. And it's quite shocking to see another version that was released in 1994 and would be running maybe like on a 50 megahertz fast CPU as well, with fast graphics and speed, and you know, everything would be perfect. And this version that was made almost like 20 years ago for an old PC still beats these two high-tech versions, so to speak, that were released at the end of last year. So this is pretty much pathetic. So anyway, just forget about it. I mean, forget about Arcade Collection completely. I have it on my PS3 and don't even load it up. Anyway, coming back for this port, I would definitely recommend checking this one out if you can. It's not that easy to find it on the internet anymore. The source where I got it from was YouTube user Razor Bulan, who has uploaded it a couple of months ago to Rapid Share or Mega Upload maybe, but those links are dead now. So if anybody is interested in having this version, just send me an email or message and I can send you or upload this game for you. You will need a DOS machine, or of course like I do at the moment, I just ran it through DOSBox emulation and it just runs perfectly with the latest version. Runs very smooth and everything is fine. Throughout this video, if you see some slowdowns, that's only due to the fact that I'm recording with Fraps, and that's taking up quite a lot from the CPU time. Anyway, all in all, this is definitely a great port, and apart from the main version, which isn't actually a port, but that's basically the actual arcade version, I would say this one is the best version that has ever been released of Mortal Kombat to any ports or any consoles or any system. So it's definitely worth checking out. Actually, I was lucky because I got shadows throughout the game as well while fighting on the pit stage. However, I fucked up against Kano and could not fight Reptile, so it's too bad. I wanted to check it out how he's in this version. I guess it's pretty much the same as in the original. Nevertheless, it would have been cool. So coming back to this version of Mortal Kombat, if I had to rate it, I would rate it like 9.5 out of 10, that half point being taken away for the fact that the pit fatality is missing the scream effect. So that's the only bit I thought or found that was missing or different from the arcade, but everything else is top notch and there. So if you can, check it out. It's really a very good port. See you next time.